What's good, folks? It's your boy Neos back with another video. Today, I wanted to talk about my 1 year on PC and how has it been since transitioning from console to PC. And this video might be a little bit long, so I'm gonna kind of like deep dive in it a little bit to give my opinions and my perspective. So yeah, let's get it. So back in 2023, I decided to save up some money for a PC. At the time, I was trying to go in with a very beefy PC. I remember I wanted a 4090, or at first, well, it was kind of crazy because I remember looking at the 4080, 4090. There was like so many videos I was looking at the time when trying to make a decision on which build to go with. And I remember that I was looking into a lot of the build redux PCs and seeing what value that they had or anything and how the market was. And I have a very clear understanding of what the PC market is today versus what was back then. But man, ooh boy, back then, ooh, was I an idiot. And so prior to that, where I effed up was I was looking at things from a console perspective. I didn't know anything about ultra settings, medium settings, frame generation, upscaling, anything like that. In fact, the only thing that I knew was NVIDIA. I didn't know anything about any other GPUs at the time either. I would look up videos and I would see like AMD GPUs come up, but it didn't appeal to me like it does now, because pretty much everything, the popularity was just NVIDIA. So I was looking into that and I was like, oh, I don't know if the 4080 would be the best one for me or the 4090. And I did have the funds to buy either one of these builds, but I didn't think these GPUs were worth the money at the time, especially because I had something that came up. And pretty much I went out my way to do my research on something a little bit on the mid-range side of things. And surprisingly, I saw this pre-built on HP Omen, which, don't judge me. I know, stupid. Don't do pre-builts. But it's a good way to get you started though, and to see where you to see kind of like where you want to be in PC gaming. And I don't regret it, because it pretty much gave me a good idea of what PC gaming is like starting off with a 3060. I didn't think it was going to be good or anything like that, but that GPU kind of proved me wrong on that initial thought that I had about it. So with that being said, I decided to go ahead and fire up a couple of AAA games that I had on Game Pass at the time when I first got this PC, and I was just blown away with the numbers of FPS that I was just getting. Now, sure, yes, it was a 3060, but I was just getting a 120 plus FPS experience at 1080p and 1440p. And that was just mind-blowing to me on how much freedom that you had on your games and how much control that you had on your games. Like the fact that you get to tune your games the way that you want to get playable, to just get a playable frame rate, and for the game to look 10 times better than what it could ever be. That to me was a huge plus for me. And I really wouldn't want to give that up for anything. Like, I went ahead, I fired up Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, played Apex Legends, I played Quantum Break, I played a couple other new games that I had. I can't remember off the top because it was very like so many months ago, but the games that I was just playing and how everything looked and the smoothness, the appeal of PC is just great. And I didn't have this when I was playing on my PS5. In fact, when I was playing on my PS5, it felt boring to me. Even, you know, coming back from playing on my PC to try to play on my console, I would just want to play on my PC because the PC felt way more appealing, and I just had this freedom. In fact, the freedom was so good, I didn't even want to continue paying for PS Plus. And I think I paid like one more month of paying for extra. I think I paid for premium at the time. I was a premium member of PlayStation Plus, and we'll just say like the freedom that you have on PC to be able to play the games that you want to play without having to be locked behind a subscription. That's a huge plus for. And another thing is too, I do want to talk about also the sales. I have been able to build up my library, as you can see here, in my whole Steam library these past couple months, and on my Epic Games account, the free amount of games that I've been getting has been good. Like I just been like, whoa, this is crazy, man. Cause like I initially thought that it would take me months to build up my library, but on PC games are so cheap, it is crazy. Like you can get a lot of games just for 20, 30, $40, just like that, whenever there's a sale. And then not only that, there's websites where you can go to get your games even cheaper than what Steam and Epic is offering you. Even on GOG. GOG is good too. The crazy part about GOG, you actually own your games, man. And I like that a lot. You actually have ownership of your games. And that's like one of the major differences between Steam and GOG. Like on Steam, when you make a purchase, it'll definitely tell you, like, hey, you're paying for a license, all that, you know, fun stuff. But then on GOG, you really actually own your game. It's DRM free, I think. I think I'm saying that correct. um, but you actually own those games on GOG, and I hope GOG actually gets big like Steam one day, to the point where you can actually, you know, go in, get your files and everything like you can on GOG, because GOG is really good with their service and everything, but they still got a lot of improvements to make, because Steam is most likely always going to be on top, especially since it's the top store on PC. Epic, yeah, nobody's gonna give a dime to Epic Games. No one's gonna give a dime. Pretty much, Epic's like full-on source of money is just Fortnite. They're not gonna get a dime out of people. But I will say the best thing about Epic is definitely the free games. And the cool part is they're not making you go through BS just to get free games. So yeah, that's a plus. And this part is something that I definitely wanted to talk about. And that's right, emulation. Oh man, I know this is gonna piss off with the fanboys, man. You gotta love this shit, bro. Yeah, pretty much, man. When I first got this PC, I originally started playing with a lot of emulation. Um, that was actually kind of mind blowing to me, to go back and play old games, and to be able to go ahead and get them up to a higher FPS than what they originally were, and a higher resolution. That was pretty lit, dude. Like on my whole YouTube channel, and I might show a little bit of content here on my former YouTube videos I uploaded like 4 months ago when I had my 3060 in. I was just playing nothing but consistent emulation games on my computer, and I had some stuff installed on my computer, and I had to delete some stuff or whatever because I didn't have enough storage at the time. Keywords: get a PC. Don't ever get a 500 gig PC. Don't ever do that. always, when you're getting or looking into a PC, definitely get 1 terabyte of storage. Don't ever get 500 gigs of storage. That will not get you that far on PC at all. But anyways, I do want to show a little bit of my YouTube channel here that I was definitely playing a lot of emulated games on my PC. It actually made me like, ever since getting this PC, made me really enjoy gaming again because I've been able to go back and play some of these old games, as you can see here. I might even play a little clip here um, that I'm playing these games at 60 FPS, and these games look really, really good. And this is something that the console couldn't give me. Like, only on my like owning my PS5 from what 2022 to now, I just don't ever plan on buying another PlayStation console just because of this reason. Like, you guys will literally force people to move on from playing games, and yet here it is on PC. You can have the same hardware and play that same game for a very, very long time. And there's just so many games out there that will become lost media. And it's sad that these fanboys out here don't say anything. They just sit there and they take it. And that is the problem with gaming nowadays, on how bad it really has gotten. How these fanboys will literally, gawk on these corporos, and these corporos don't care about you. That is the main reason why gaming is bad. It's so many other reasons, but with all these reasons that I am finna get to here in a little bit, is something that I think many people should definitely think about. And I think this is one of the reasons that is pretty much going to wrap up the rest of the part of this video here, is that people definitely gotta stop letting themselves get scammed. Me, I remember when the PS5 dropped, the whole trailer, the announcement of it, the whole 8K resolution, the 4K, like 120 and everything. I was believing all these things. I was even watching YouTubers at the time. And, it's kind of disappointing that these YouTubers and all these other fanboys out here were hyping this console up the most, just for it to be a whole ass disappointment. I've been literally disappointed this whole generation by the PS5. I have not been impressed. I have not been excited. And it's really pissed me off. And this is one of the main reasons on why I got a PC. Because I got tired of getting scammed. I got tired of playing games at 30 FPS. I got tired of games being held back. It's pretty much like, I sound like one of the other YouTubers that I watch. His name is Doc Dark. Shout out to you if you watch this video. But I felt the same way that he felt about his Xbox Series X. Like, it's kind of crazy that these corpos, they'll drop a whole ass console that they make these so-called promises on, and they don't deliver. How the hell do you have a PS5 and an Xbox running at 30 FPS? Wow. Wow. And then you got these fanboys out here that will literally sit up here and say, oh, my console is comparable to a 4070. Oh, my console is comparable to a 4090. Dude, it ain't nowhere near that. It's nowhere near that. And it actually pisses me off that I sat there and I believed those lies. And, as a PlayStation fan myself, I want the best for PlayStation, but PlayStation is never going to get better if they don't, stop with these lies, stop scamming people. People got to wake up and, smell the hot coffee, bro. Like, the stuff that is going on with gaming now, I couldn't be way more happier to be on PC. And I feel like this is a platform where my money is respected. I feel like this is a platform where you get more instead of less. I just don't see myself ever going back to a console. I'm sorry. Even with GTA 7, I don't care about a GTA 7 or 6 or whatever. I will happily wait until those games drop on PC. Even though I know GTA 7 is like a long way, but I meant to say GTA 6. But but whoever watches this, you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm not in a rush to, you know, hurry up and buy that game. I have no problem waiting for that game to drop on PC. I don't think a PS5 Pro is worth it, and I have no problem, you know, playing that game on my PC. I have no problem waiting. I don't even care if I have to wait the next 3 years. If I have to watch YouTube, I'm cool with that. Spoilers don't ruin anything for me. But I think people really should consider themselves to go get a PC, because my experience has been good. I've been able to emulate games, and I've been able to play the games the way that I want to, without, you know, any compromises or anything. I guess some people could say, oh, well, your compromise is you had to turn down settings or anything. I can't even lie to you, I played a game in low settings and still look good. Like, you have to really pay close attention to a game to be like, oh man, low settings look terrible or whatever. Okay, but it doesn't. Like, you have to like look really closely. It's the same thing like ray tracing. I don't really care for ray tracing. I don't. If I did, I'll be rocking a 5090 or something, but I don't care about that. But at the same time, you have to pay close attention to detail for that type of stuff. And at the end of the day, when I'm playing a game, I'm playing a game for the story and everything. I'm not playing a game for ultra realistic graphics. Like, what the fuck is we doing here? We're like, come on, man. I'm not for all that. I mean, yeah, ray tracing is cool and all and everything, but besides that, I've been really disappointed this entire generation with console, and I really wish other people would be disappointed too, because there were promises made that has not been delivered, and yet here we are, you know, months later with no games coming to the PS5 console. So, you know, I guess I'm just a PlayStation refugee, and I'm pretty much going to continue my gaming experience on PC, and that's just how things are going to be for me. So my conclusion here is, if anybody wants to look into a PC, if anybody is considering buying a PC, I highly recommend to go do your research, look and see what is in the market right now. I know that there's a lot of inflation going on. I know that GPU prices aren't the best right now, but I think the best advice that I could give anybody who wants to go get a PC at this time, I highly recommend to start off with something mid-range, something that can give you good performance. Start off decently. That same thing I did. I started off with a 3060 and an i7 127K, and I upgraded my GPU to a 7900 XT, and I just recently bought a 7800 XTD, and I plan to build that build when I get the chance to. But I highly recommend people looking to buying a PC. If you are tired of getting scammed, if you are tired of paying for monthly subscriptions to play your games online with your friends, or, you know, with your loved ones or whatever, I highly recommend getting a PC. If you want to enjoy your gaming experience, if you want a better gaming experience, the PC is the way to go. Now, I know not everybody wants a PC. PC isn't for everybody. That's completely fine. But the conclusion at the end of the day is, what's going on with these consoles, the lack of games that has been dropping and everything, and, you know, prices finna go crazy with $80 games and stuff. I definitely recommend getting a PC, because the PC is definitely going to be your place where you're going to get cheaper games, and definitely going to be the place where you get to play your games better. You get to play any Nintendo games that you want to. You get to go back and buy old games like on GOG, Steam. There's plenty of old games that is on the service that you cannot get on PlayStation or Xbox. So I highly recommend it. And plus, it might just be worth your while. You might like it. And I'm not telling you to go out there and go spend thousands of dollars on a crazy PC, because you don't need to do that. But definitely do your research, see what's out there for you, and you might come across something good. But I highly recommend that you start off with something like mid-range. I don't recommend pre-builds, but if you can help it, definitely get it pre-built. There are plenty of good pre-builts out there, but you just got to see what's out there for you. But that's the wrap up in today's video. Please drop a like and subscribe and let me know whatever content that you
Attackers
like to
win.
see. Peace.